Senator Lindsey Graham sat down for an interview with the Council on Foreign Relations, and he made some interesting comments about climate change.
You know, climate change being real, people in my party are all over the board. There was several resolutions.
Well, where are you?
I did the trifecta. I said that it's real, that man is contributing to it in a substantial way. But the problem is Al Gore's turned this thing into a religion. You know, climate change is not a religious problem for me. It is an economic, it is an environmental problem. So I think the Republican Party has to do some soul searching. Before we can be bipartisan, we got to figure out where we are as a party. What is the environmental platform of the Republican Party? I don't know either. So I'd like to come up with one. I'd like to have a debate within the party. Can you say that climate change is a scientifically sound phenomenon, but can you reject the idea you have to destroy the economy to solve the problem is sort of where I'll be taking this debate.
Except you just made that up. Because liberal proposals on the issue of climate change and on other environmental issues, they help the economy. They don't destroy it. I mean, this is the biggest bullshit line we've been hearing from the beginning on the issue of climate change, where people say, oh, no, yeah, I mean, we totally do something. We're, like, totally in favor of that. But the problem is we don't want to destroy the economy in the process, guys. Come on, come on. As if, like, what? If we crack down on oil and natural gas, we will transmit over into nothing. There's going to be nothing that fills that energy void. That's nonsense. Of course there is. Of course there is. We're going to transfer over from relying on fossil fuels to relying on wind, solar, geothermal, thorium, and the list goes on and on. All the different types of green technology that there are, including ones that we don't even fucking know of yet, that people are working on a day in and day out basis. I mean, it's such a bullshit line, but I think Lindsey Graham really believes it. I just don't want to destroy the economy in the process. Thank you very much. And I also love the line of, well, I don't know what the Republicans' environmental policy is. I do. Pollute more. No, their environmental policy is, we don't give a shit about the environment. We're not concerned about the environment. We are so thoroughly bought by big business that if we get money from a coal company, if we get money from any of the fossil fuel companies or anybody who pollutes on a regular basis, we're just going to let them do whatever the fuck they want to do. We're going to look the other way as they continue to pollute and continue to fuck shit up because that's what they're paying us for. That's what they're giving us campaign contributions for. They understand when they give us that money that we're not going to put regulations on them that might cost them X amount of dollars. The whole reason why they are giving us money is so that we do exactly that and we don't crack down on them and we let them get away with anything. So yeah, they do have an environmental policy. Their environmental policy is specifically to not have one. That's the goal. That's the whole purpose of it. And then he goes, well, yeah, I agree climate change is happening. Oh, yeah. Good for you, Lindsey. That actually is better than other Republicans, so I don't want to downplay that too much here. But he goes, well, yeah, I agree. It's a problem, but Al Gore. Yeah, Al Gore's made it into a religion, so I agree it's real, but fuck Al Gore. What the fuck? No. The problem is not Al Gore. The problem is that Republicans and conservatives are such fucking tribalistic babies that if truth comes from a source that they don't like, they will actively pick lies and falsehoods over the truth because I don't like that guy's personality none. He's a Democrat, so I don't agree with him no matter what. Al Gore could say 2 + 2 = 4 tomorrow and consider be like, oh, yeah, 2 + 2 = 4? Is that what it equals, Al? You dumb truck. Let me tell you something. If you put 2 and 2 together, that equals, what's that right there, Al? 22. Fucking Al Gore. There he goes again. What'd you invent the internet, Al? Is that what you did? No, but that's what it really comes down to. The Republicans hate Democrats so much, whether it's Obama, Clinton, Gore, whoever, that they're just like, no matter what, if they say something that's true, it doesn't. Now we're going to actively pick the other thing because fuck them. That's the thought process. And the main point to take away here is this. He made it seem like there's a genuine ideological debate going on, and the question that was asked, you didn't see it there, but before a woman asks a question about it and talks about bipartisanship and this and that. And it's like, no, you're all missing it. You're all missing it. The reality is there is no ideological debate. Like Lindsey said, oh, so in my party, you have people all over. Some believe in it, some are neutral, some don't believe it. No. The reality is they don't care about that debate. That's secondary. The main thing is what we referenced earlier. Who's giving us the dollars? Who's giving us the campaign contributions? Because if they're giving us that money and their agenda is don't do regulation, don't fix pollution, don't do carbon emissions laws, well, then they're going to listen to it. So that's secondary, man. I mean, the idea that there's a true ideological debate going on, like, well, I prefer larger government in this area. Well, I prefer that. Well, I prefer having legal abortion up to this point. Well, I don't. I prefer the opposite. No, it very rarely, if ever, in Washington has anything to do with true ideological disagreements. I'd love it if there were real ideological debates and philosophical debates going on over there. The main thing that they're concerned about day in and day out is who's going to give me my money. And if the people giving them their money are fossil fuel interests, then lo and behold, time and time again, they're going to vote against any new climate change laws that would help fix the problem. So Lindsey Graham, I guess you got to give him a little bit of credit because he's ahead of other Republicans on this, but overall, he's still a miserable failure because you heard him. He's like, yeah, climate change is real, but fuck Al Gore, let's not destroy the economy, and let's sit here and do nothing, even though, fine, I'll give you the fact that climate change is real. See, what a great centrist and moderate I am.